Just getting the old thumbnail going. Give me a sec. We can finally put this one to bed. Because the last time I did this, I screwed up royally. I made the wrong decision and got mostly everybody killed. So we're going to play the last chapter again and see if I can't save people. Okay, stream looks good. Alright, let's do this. Okay. We're going to be doing chapter 10 again. Because as I said, I screwed up last time. I want to redeem myself. I'm not gonna be able to save them.
Mike, there's no key for the cable car.
Josh, he's gotta have it. No, he's gone. We're too late.
Shh, quiet.
It may have taken him down to the mine.
Wait, don't move.
Holy shit! What the?
I don't know if there's any way I can save him.
Right from that thing's goddamn bedroom, and then I'm gonna get us all the hell out of here. That's it. That's it. Come on, let's go. Run!
That part was cool.
Let's find a way down to where this fucker lives.
And now we're playing as Josh.
I wonder how much these sessions are of any help for you now. Just won't listen to me and things seems pretty fucked up. So I'm gonna leave you now, Josh. It's time you learn. There's more to be afraid of that can be dreamt up by the unhinged imagination of a self-indulgent, spoiled little brat. You had so many people who cared about you, who were willing to help, and at every turn you choose to push them away, and now you're all alone. Though by the sounds of things, you won't be alone for long. No, you won't be alone for long. Deep breaths, Josh. Deep breath.
Okay, Josh. Time to get out, bud.
No, not again. Not again. Get away! Get away! Ah! Get away from me! No! You're dead!
Sorry.
You're dead! Shut up! No! You're dead!
It's not ready. You manipulate.
You are a coward.
There, gun. Yeah, the one that's there. Lost it.
I don't take orders from you. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do anymore.
Run out for Josh.
Okay. Okay. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you.
Okay.
No.
were all alone down there.
No, not again.
Keep facing your fears, Josh.
All alone. But you're with us now. Family.
Get away from me! Get away!
Why didn't you save us, Josh? Why did you want us to die?
I didn't want you to die. I swear.
Keep facing your fears, Josh.
I don't take orders from you.
This part's just messed
Is this
up.
what you want?
No! No! Why are you doing this? Leave me alone! Why are you doing this?
Why did you save us, Josh? Why did you want us to die?
It's hard to believe that thing used to be a person.
Yeah. Maybe a minor.
Maybe someone who worked in the sanatorium.
There was so much weird shit happening out there that wouldn't even begin to surprise me.
What kind of weird shit?
Someone was capturing the Wendigos. Had them all tied up in these restraints. I saw some real fucked up shit.
Hey, Errol and Hardware Gaming. Welcome to the stream.
I must have just let them all out when I blew the place up.
Smooth.
How you doing this evening? See, I already finished this game once, but I made a mistake at the end, and it got everybody but the girl and one guy killed. So I'm playing through it again. I won't be able to save the two that got killed during my playthrough of the game, but I'm going to try and save the rest of them by taking options that I didn't take last time. And hopefully I can save Josh too.
Mike, is that what I think it is?
Shit. Looks like a grave.
Come on, let's trigger the thing.
Oh, God. Mike, this is Beth. This is her watch.
What? Let me see.
Pretty good. Yes, I definitely went out of the way 100% this game.
So this is where she was buried.
It's one of those rare gems.
Who dug her up?
Let's keep moving.
I got a similar feeling from the Indigo Prophecy, if you're familiar with that one, or it was called Fahrenheit, in England, I believe. I haven't had a chance to play Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls, but I want to play those as well. I love those type of games. What is this? I didn't see this last time. Oh, it's a totem. Fortune totem. Okay. Well, let's go for a swim.
Fine. I'm going.
Or a walk. I don't know that one. I'll have to check it out.
Come on, it's okay.
Which one?
Sure?
I'm not dead yet.
Famous last words.
Indigo Prophecy? It was for the original Xbox.
Can't feel my face.
And it's also for PC. Okay. The last time I played this, I didn't go left. I went right. So hopefully I don't die because I'm gonna go check this out.
Shit. This looks like Hannah's writing.
I've never been so hungry. It feels like my stomach is twisting around inside. I took Beth's sweater. Much warmer now. She's still looking out for me. I'm sorry, Beth. I have no choice on dying.
I have no choice. It's the only way I can survive anymore. If someone finds this, I'm sorry. I had to. I had no choice.
What does it mean? Jesus.
Forgive me, Beth. I'm so sorry. Day 33. My hands feel unclean. My nails fell out. Pushed out. I am aching, but no more cold. No pain. I am getting stronger. Hunger. 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 Okay.
Oh God, it makes sense. I think Hannah dug up Beth. It was Hannah.
No.
Hey, Shadow. Welcome, dude.
It's ridiculous.
Michael, it has to be. It's the only thing that makes sense.
If you want tips, I can help. I appreciate
Beth
that.
died in the fall,
So what? What does that mean?
so Hannah must have buried her.
God damn it. God damn it.
Hannah was down here.
I don't believe any of this.
She would have been starving. She would have been desperate.
Fuck!
So Hannah ate Beth.
We need to find Josh. Right now.
Okay. So now we know that Hannah turned into a Wendigo, ate Beth, and then buried her. But we found Beth's head. So she apparently held on to it as a kind of shrine or something. Maybe a way to remember her. Pretty gruesome. All right. Let's go get Josh. Now, I will admit this startled me the first time I did this. I mean, that's just beyond disturbing.
It's Jess. It's Jess.
So I take it if I save Jess, her head obviously wouldn't be there. And there's Hannah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them. Oh my God.
No!
I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, keep your wits about you.
Wait. Hold on. I think I saw something.
I don't take orders from you. I don't take orders from you. You can't
Josh?
tell me what to do. You can't
Josh?
tell me what to do
Buddy?
anymore. You can't tell me what to do. Oh, okay.
Josh was the hardest to save.
Okay.
Okay.
I trust you.
Well, I'm gonna try.
I trust you. I trust you.
Because last time he got his head crushed. But the last time I didn't find Hannah's diary. So.
He's tripping or something. Josh!
Mike.
Josh! Hey, man.
Don't hit me, please.
Well, you were deep in it, man. Full mental jacket.
We didn't think we'd get you back. Josh, Hannah was down here for weeks, a month. She dug Beth up.
Sam.
Mike.
Hey, let's just get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Josh, do you have the key for the cable car?
Yeah.
Oh, good. See that over there? That means there's a direct way out. Come on.
There's no way Josh is gonna make it up there.
Okay. If you help me up, I can go back to tell the others we're okay.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
You bring Josh back the way we came, and we'll all meet at the lodge.
Be careful.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
Alright, let's go, you fucked up son of a bitch.
Okay. The last time I did this, I didn't go left. So I'm gonna go left and see what's over here.
You didn't have to hit me so much, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry about before.
Ah.
I thought you killed Jess. I was wrong.
Oh, it's a totem. I don't remember seeing that. Okay. I think that's it over here. Okay, I've done everything I possibly can. If Josh still dies, there's nothing I can do. Because I'm not going to go back and redo the chapters where the other two died. I want to put this series to rest. To make room for more stuff on the hard drive. But I will say this game has been absolutely incredible from start to finish.
I didn't want you to die.
This game reminded me of the FMV days, you know what I mean? The days of old. Going all the way back to Dragon's Lair. Okay. Let's see if Josh dies or lives.
You're not real! No, you're not! Hannah!
Well, hitting his head crushed. So, I don't know what just happened there, but different outcome. Okay, QT, I have to concentrate. Okay, girly, you gotta climb. Don't take unnecessary risks. Ooh. Come on, girly. Pull yourself up. Pull yourself up.
Come on.
Yes. Alright, good. I hate QT. I hate it. Okay. So far, so good. Josh was hard to save, or was it Matt? It's been a while. Shadow says, my name is Matt. Oh, so sorry. It's all good. Now, if I recall, there's one more QT event when she's sprinting. Okay, girlie, get moving. We don't want hypothermia. Go, 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 go. Don't want to lose your fro. Sorry, that was terrible. Okay. More QT. Get up. Now run. QT, there we go. Go, 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 go. Open, 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 open. Open the door, open the door, open the door.
Hey! Oh, come on, open up! Guys, come on, are you in there?
Open, open,
Let me
open.
in!
Sam.
Mike.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. You look terrible.
We're almost to the point where I screwed up.
It'll look worse if we stay out here. Come on.
We already had a different outcome with Josh, so hopefully we can do this too.
Mike, what happened to Josh?
You got him.
God, what an awful way to go.
Not good.
What do you think we should do?
We should check the basement. Might be someone left down there.
Okay. Get a sip of drink real quick.
How do you rate our chances of survival?
I'm trying not to think about it.
Block it.
Shit!
Forgive me if I don't speak. Get him, Hannah. Okay, last time I ran to the switch. This time I'm gonna save Mike.
Hey!
What the hell's that? Holy cow. Oh, my palms are so sweaty right now. We did it. Saved as many as we could. The first one got killed because I took too long to get to her. And then Matt got killed because I was trying to save the high maintenance Asian chick. What I should have done was jump to safety, which would have taken the pressure off, and then I could have saved her too. But I was trying to be a hero.
Fuck! No!
Matt, sorry, dude. I liked you too. And then Jessica. That one broke me. I was like, why did I take so long to get there?
The old man, I don't know how to describe him. I mean,
You said you thought he was stalking you at first. Did anyone else in your group think that?
well, yeah.
Is it possible they could have
I
killed
hate
him?
Emily too.
What? No. No.
She's too high maintenance
you
for
don't
me.
Understand. Don't you understand?
If he attacked
I would much rather deal with Jessica than Amy.
He
Or
saved
Emily.
my life. And I watched him die.
I heard Jessica. I don't know how or why she was down there, but I know I heard her.
He held it right up to my face. Right here, right in front of my nose, and he could have shot me. He almost shot me, the prick. I mean, you go out with a guy for however long, and you think you know him, but man, this one really takes the cake.
He was out of his fucking mind. He wanted to hurt us. Okay? And I thought he was the one who attacked Jess.
I thought we were close. After his sisters disappeared, he'd come and talk to me. He said I was the only one who understood him. I thought we had a connection.
If you need someone to talk to,
I'm fine.
sometimes, after a traumatic experience,
I said I'm fine.
About Matt, have you found him?
no, not yet.
Yeah, well, don't look too hard.
You don't sound very concerned.
Fucker left me to die. He said he was my boyfriend, but then he basically murdered me. Would you give a shit?
What? I tried to save you, you...
I was so close, man.
You know what I want to say.
If I had just been just a little faster, I could have saved her.
Yeah,
I could have saved her.
that one hurt.
So it's my fault. And the reason Jess is dead.
That one hurt.
You need to listen to me. I don't care if you believe me or not. Doesn't matter because you will. You need to go down to the mines.
What's in the mine, Sam?
I've seen what's down there, and I'd give anything to unsee it.
Okay. Well, we finished it again, and in a way that I'm actually satisfied with. I will take losing Matt and Jess, because those were issues, those are my errors. As I stated before, I wasn't fast enough for Jess. I was taking the safe routes, because at the time I was thinking, if I risk my life and Mike dies, she's dead anyway. So I wanted to preserve his life while trying to save hers. Apparently that was the wrong thing to do. And I think I know where I screwed up. When you're at the top of a hill and you have the option to either slide down the hill or take the safe route down, I should have just slid down the hill. I think I would have been able to save her then. And as I stated before, as for Matt, he should have saved himself first and then tried to save Emily. But what happened to Josh? The first time I played this, and I fried everybody because I was being stupid, he got his head crushed by Hannah. This time he was dragged off. So he's as good as dead anyway. Maybe they're going to show a little bit at the end. Hopefully. But, let's see. Evelyn says he's not going to save you. Actually, he still would die. You're talking about Josh, right? Yeah, I mean, Hannah dragged him off. He's as good as dead anyway. But I think there are extra features on this. If you guys want me to, I'll run through those just so we can completely eliminate this with all the content. I think it's like an extra 10 minutes worth. You let me know in the comments whether or not you want me to or not. Okay, referring to Matt. I blathered on and on and on about how great this game was the first time I beat it. And from the sound design to the level design to the controls, I'm going to say again, they need to be a little tighter. It felt like I was trying to control a battleship through a creek at sometimes, because I mean, I understand that it's not an action game, per se. It's more like an interactive movie with QT events thrown in. But the controls could have been a little better. The don't move little mechanic was brilliant. It took me up to about chapter 3 or 4 to fully realize what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I know I'm still. And what was happening was it drifts a little on its own, and like an idiot the first time I did it, when who's the blonde that survived, when she was being chased by who we know as Josh, the psycho, before he put her to sleep. I failed one of the don't move sections, and it was because of the drift. Since then, I learned how to compensate for it by making slight movements. That last bit of don't move was probably the most difficult, because it was, the blue bar was as big as it could get, and like if you moved half an inch wrong in any direction, you would have been nabbed. So I'm actually glad I got through it the first time. What I want to know is who was that last Wendigo that showed up? The one that was all worn and weather beaten. Was that the one that turned Hannah? And if so, did he get fried? Did he escape? Did they all escape? Because we only saw one burn up. And it was, I don't think it was Hannah. I think it was one of the little lackeys. Erlen says this game is fantastic. I wasn't satisfied until I got it just right. Yeah, I'm tempted to do it, but at the same time, I only have so much hard drive space, and there's so many things I want to get through. I'm pretty proud with my performance in this series. Let's see. Yeah, I agree with the drift. Isn't that annoying? They tell you don't move, and they throw a little mechanic in there to trip you up. I mean, I get it. You know, it's supposed to combat people that would just set the controller down, but come on, at least say, hey, there's going to be some drift, or show an indication, you know, during the first time you do it, like when it's teaching you how to do it. There should have been an indication that there's going to be drift, so make sure that you keep control of it. But no, they were like, all right, you're on your own, figure it out by yourself. Erlen says that was the alpha's spirit escaping at the end. Remember, the hunter said he finally got the alpha the night the twins died. Oh, that's right. Okay, so the spirit of the Wendigo lives on to corrupt another body another day, which leaves room for a sequel, perhaps. Is that what you're getting from this too? So basically the full story is, actually, you know what? In chapter 1, I let go of the cliff to drop them both down. I wonder what would have happened if I just dropped Beth and Hannah was still hanging there. Because what I thought was the monster or a psycho in chapter 1 turned out to be the dude that was saving us in chapter 9. Would she have fallen anyway? She must have, otherwise the game would have had a totally different ending. So no matter what you chose in the first chapter, both of them were going to die anyway. Alright, let's see if we get a little bit of extra stuff at the end here. Ooh, there is. Wait a minute, that's like Josh.
There's something down here.
I have a visual on a survivor. One survivor, repeat. Is that? Oh, fuck! Stay back! Stay back! No! Stay back!
Josh is a Wendigo. Oh, man. So Hannah turned Josh into a Wendigo. Or Josh became the receptacle for the Alpha when it escaped the house. That's cool. That's cool. I didn't like Josh anyway. He was a tool. Okay. So there's some bonus content here. You guys let me know if you want me to do it or not. Let's see. Remember the hunter said he finally got Alpha and the end. The night twins died. Okay. And then the spirit went into Hannah because she resulted to cannibalism. And yes, Hannah still falls. Okay. So it inhabits the body of those who corrupt themselves, basically. Like you said, with Hannah, she succumbed to cannibalism to sustain herself because she was going to die anyway. So now the Alpha's in Josh, and he's living on through Josh. Man, this game was good. From start to finish. I really hope that this developer comes out with something or something similar to it. There's supposed to be a game coming out soon called Detroit Become Human. I was interested in doing that on the channel. Don't quite know yet. I've been watching the development, and it seems to be intriguing. However, I'm a little fearful that my main apprehension is this. It seems like it boils down to find enough items to increase your chances of success and then make the right choices based on how many things you find. Which to me is kind of cheap. It's kind of like a watered down version of L.A. Noire, if you've ever played that. Another fantastic game, by the way. So do we want to do the bonus content? I'll start it up. And if you guys don't want to do it, just let me know. I want to completely cover this out so I can delete it from the hard drive.
I am Hayden Panettiere, and we are here at the studio recording Until Dawn.
My name is Rami Malek, and I played Josh.
My name is Megan Martin.
My name is Brett Dalton.
My name is Antonella Lentini, and I played Hannah and Beth.
My name is Jordan Fisher, and I play the character...
Sorry I killed you, dude.
I'm Nicole Bloom, and I play Emily in the game.
My name is Noah Fleiss.
I am Galadriel Steinman, and I play Ashley.
So, Until Dawn is the story of 8 teenagers who revisit this cabin in the woods about a year later after a really traumatic experience where I've lost 2 of my sisters, so coming to kind of get some closure in that respect.
One of the things that Larry does really well is make these multi-layered characters, and I think for just the story in general, it follows the quintessential horror film plot lines, but the characters are so unique in themselves, and I think that's very cool.
Oh, I hope this was the right thing to do.
What?
You know, getting everyone together on the anniversary. I mean, Josh seemed really pumped about us all doing something, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he definitely did. I haven't seen him so excited about something in forever.
Good.
This must be B-roll footage because the
Sam and I have a few things in common, such as being huge lovers of animals. And she's a huge animal lover. She's vegan. She is a pacifist. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to go as far as saying that I'm a pacifist, but she's spunky and cool. I know that she, I think, is made fun of a little bit by the rest of them who think that her morals and her beliefs in that area are a little ridiculous and they don't agree with them, but she doesn't care. It doesn't stop her from being herself, and that's something that I hope I have in common with her.
something important.
Definitely can be depressed at some times and a bit of a loner, but he takes some solace in one of his sister's friends, Sam, played by Hayden Panettiere, and invites everybody back to the same house the next year to kind of find some closure.
Jessica she has a whole lot of personality. She is definitely the sort of mean
Yeah, I like
girl
Jess.
character that, you know, at school she knows she's pretty, she knows that boys like her, and she's going to use it to her advantage.
He's got a big heart. You can tell that's very.
There was more to Jess than that.
How he treats his girlfriend Emily. And,
I'll go into it a little later.
You know, he's kind of a meathead, but in the best way possible.
She really knows what she wants, and she manages to get that from whomever it is, whether it be Matt or Mike. You know, she's really driven, and I can definitely relate to that.
My character is Chris, and he is what society might consider the nerd of the group.
Guilty.
And he kind of embraces it.
Ashley
Also guilty.
She's a little more serious than some of the other girls. She's definitely very intelligent and thoughtful. She kind of looks at the whole big picture of things. She's not quite as geeky as Chris, but they connect in a lot of ways.
Mike is like big guy on campus. He's the class president who has some charm and has brain. And I don't know, people seem to like Mike. He gets away with a lot, though. He can be kind of jerky. The fact that he really just kind of wants everyone to be happy. When he wants for he's a people pleaser, and it's I can definitely attest to being, you know, that guy. I'm always the friend that wants everybody to be happy and wants everybody to be taken care of, and that's definitely Matt.
But also, like, this character is just so fun. I rarely get to play the bitch, and so it was really
Yeah,
fun to
you do, and you played your role perfectly.
Seriously, what's wrong with you?
Just trying to lighten the mood, Em. Don't be like that.
Like what?
The way you're being. You always get like this.
I just think this is just the coolest thing to be a part of, and I just think it's going to take the world by storm. I really do. I think this genre is the wave of the future, and I think that once people see the potential behind it, of getting to interact with the drama that you're witnessing unfold in such a realistic way, that this is how entertainment's going to be from now on.
Okay, a couple points that I want to interject from that last segment. It's not the wave of the future. I mean, it's a cool niche. I'd like to see it in the market, but it's not the wave of the future. Everybody's not going to gravitate toward this, unfortunately, because the shooter market is just saturated and people will just buy it because. Getting back to the multi-layer aspect of the characters, Jess surprised me. When I first saw her, I thought she was this vapid, pretty girl that had nothing else to offer but her just trying to sell her body. The scene where him and Mike, or when her and Mike are in the cabin before she gets abducted, you have options to either talk her up or talk her down when she's flirting with you. I talked her down because I didn't want her to be that girl, you know, to feel that she has to sell herself in order to be liked. And it turns out that the vapid blonde girl Dizzy chick was not her true character. She ends up being very smart. And I am mortified that I got her killed. Yeah, Shadow, yeah. I think we're about to see, as we progress through here, how it is that they had such great facial animations. I think a lot of it had to do with mocap. Yeah, the CG rendered. Yep. All right. Here we go, making a scene.
Hi, this is Lee Robinson, production designer on Until Dawn. The production design for Until Dawn started with the great teen horror script that sets the characters in a Canadian winter mountain lodge, being a contemporary setting with visual clues derived from classic films of that genre, such as Hitchcock's Psycho and Stanley Kubrick's Shining. The storyboards are vital to the production design, as it allows the designer to understand the scale of the environments to be made and the detail that will be seen to create the atmosphere of a horror. This took us into concepts that took these storyboards further, visualizing the world through the color palette, the lighting, tone, and the mood, and developing key locations such as the lodge, the cable car stations, the forests themselves, the wilderness. As you can see, the environments and atmospheres change quite a bit from warm and inviting to cold and threatening. The Millionaire's Mountain Lodge was a key example. It was designed to be made from nearby stone and timber, embedding it into the landscape, with a contrasting and contemporary interior needing to be opulent and extravagant.
It's nice.
It created dark and claustrophobic corridors with ominous and large open spaces, almost cathedral-like in size, and with huge structures to silhouette and dwarf the characters within, providing a labyrinth to explore and wander. Each character was developed with a strong visual identity in mind, with contrasting colours, tones and silhouettes to identify them, each to have their own texture, pattern and shape, so that when they were lined up you could always identify them. The costume designs allowed a range of clothes that would suit them for the cold winter weather, but also have an element of style and individualism, so that the audience could look at them and relate, recognizing themselves within them.
Mm-hmm.
A lady would like to cuddle up with her man by a nice
This is the scene I was
fire
talking
with
about.
an atmospheric mood lighting.
Right. It'll get plenty toasty once we're rubbing up against each other.
Mike. Fire and mood lighting.
Yes.
Working with the lighting artists, we really brought the look and feel of the world together, and this required a thorough understanding of the visual language of teen horror. A key scene was where all the characters emerge out of the rear of the lodge chasing Hannah. A contrast is evident straight away from the exterior wilderness to the warmth of the lodge. The attention to character lighting here is through the bounce and rim lighting, accented colours and composition, creating characters that come from the dark into the light and back again with an emotional effect.
Guys, there's someone outside. What the hell?
Hannah!
What's
So
going
awesome.
on? Where's my
What you
sister
can do
going?
with light.
It's fine. She just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Han.
So awesome what you can do with light. Okay, the signs of fear.
Until Dawn is a game that's full of horror, and one of the things we decided to do early on was to take a scientific approach to how scary it was. So we did experiments on people and we measured their responses to the game. We've created a test area. It's as close to a home setup as we can get it. We've recruited ordinary people to play the game and we've left them to play it on their own.
You're turning the light off.
The only difference is it's rigged with cameras and microphones that relay the data through to the next room where people are watching them play. Bracelet here we use for biometric testing. It measures the player's emotional response. It's called a galvanic response sensor. It makes contact with the user's skin and it measures the electrical conductivity across their skin. It's the same
Erlen, I bet you
principle
would love to get
as
your hands
an
on that.
old-fashioned lie detector. When you're stressed, you sweat a little. Very sensitive. It picks up tiny changes if the player is feeling anxious or scared. That data's fed back to a testing team, comes through as a graph.
This was the part I was talking about. I let go because I couldn't drop Hannah. I could not do that to him. I couldn't do it. There's my answer. She would have died anyway. So it didn't matter. But my conscience was clear. I didn't drop my friend. Her sister.
There's no point testing 1 or 2 people, you have to test a lot of people.
Watch your step.
When we have a scare that's consistently has a measurable emotional response, then we knew it was good. If it didn't have that, it goes back to the team for improvement. The data doesn't tell us what's wrong with the scare, it only tells us if it's working or not.
Wait, okay, so you hear that too, right? Josh.
Here we have a chapter relatively early in the game.
Weirdly regular.
Nothing regular about it.
We have to create tension and anxiety in the player so they are ready to receive the scare.
That one didn't bother me. The one that did, I think it was in chapter 6.
You have to give the player time to recover, to cool down, to calm down, and then start building the tension again before we do the next scare.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
What the hell?
Ooh, you just got mumps.
Yeah, I have such an adrenaline high when I get.
There's 2 things we found. One is we could look at the scares, analyse if our expected scares were working effectively. Were people shrieking and covering their hands, or were they getting an emotional response from it? And being scientific about it means that we strip out people's opinions about whether things are working or not. We've got data, and we look at the data. If it's working, we're happy with it.
Really scary.
Bit scared and wanting to get away. I actually maybe a bit scared to play on my own, but
in a room with the lights on, yeah, with some other people as well, yeah, maybe.
But because I'm a scaredy cat, I would play with someone in the room and the lights on.
It was one of the scariest games I've played in a long while.
Okay, the one scare that got me pretty good. I don't want to spoil anything, but I think it was in chapter 6 when things started to get supernatural, and when you're in that same area and you open the door and ta-da, that one got me. That made my heart stop for about a good second. I didn't scream or cover my eyes, but it got me.
Hi, Larry.
Hey, Graham.
Hi, my name is Graham Resnick. I'm a filmmaker, writer, director, sound designer, and I started working with Larry Fessenden about 10, 15 years ago through my friend Ty West, who I grew up with, and have done a lot of sound design with on his films. And he was producing Ty's films at the time, and Ty introduced me to Larry. Larry produced my first feature, and we've written together on several projects.
My name is Larry Fessenden. I'm a filmmaker. I run Glass Eye Pix, which is an independent production company out of New York. We make indie movies.
Larry, make another game
as well. And I got a call to audition to write this video game, and I called my pal Graham Resnick because Graham's a gamer, and while I thought I could offer something to the idea of writing this multi-branching story, I knew that I would want Graham's expertise as a lover of gameplay, since I guess games were started. So
and just as a lover.
And as a lover, yes. Just why there's so many sex jokes in the game.
There was one Italian website that did say the Larry
that's
Fessenden
right.
and Graham Resnick, the 2 lovers behind Until Dawn.
Come here. Maybe I know how to handle you too.
I am definitely ready to be handled.
So I wanted Graham by my side. Yeah, and we got the gig, and it's been an amazing ride.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my god, she's taking her shirt off. What? Oh my god. Matt, what are you doing here?
Hannah.
I'm sorry, Hannah. This all got
Don't
out of
mind,
hand,
just
but...
So in the game, the basic setup is that a year prior to the game's start, all these kids had gone up to a ski lodge that was owned by the parents of one of the kids, or a couple of the kids, and some of the teenagers played a prank on some of the other teenagers, and a terrible tragedy occurred when a few of them, two sisters, ran out into a blizzard, and were never seen from again. So now, a year later, this is kind of torn apart this group of friends. They've gone through some trials and tribulations in the past year. The brother of the two girls has had a lot of psychological issues, and to kind of help him cope and help them all get over it, they all returned to the lodge a year later, back up on the mountain. And the idea is to get over it, but...
the healing does not begin.
Yeah, and these kids are all trying to find themselves. They've been through a trauma, but in general, they're just teenagers trying to figure out who they are. So they're all kind of falling into the patterns, the stereotypes, the characters they see on TV and in the movies.
I think we were very interested in taking genre tropes and kind of making them sort of refresh them.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, did you see that? Dad said it'd just be us this weekend.
We're familiar with how slasher movies work. Most people have seen some horror movies, and we have established notions and preconceptions about the roles of the players in horror movies and how they talk and how they get killed and how they have sex. And to bring you into the game that way and then subvert a lot of those expectations was kind of our goal.
They're haunted by some incident that happened in their past, which I think you pretty much figure out that that's going to have a role in their interaction. Yeah, so I think what was fun was we take some sort of stock characters and we try to give them some shape, but at least at the beginning they're recognizable in the way of groups of friends. There's, the jock and the bitchy girl and the rivalries between everyone. And
oh my gosh. And really fun characters too. We just had so much fun living in the minds of these characters through writing the script.
What do you think?
Jesus!
It was fun. I think we were looking to get that kind of banter that you
Yeah.
see both in movies, but also that you absolutely have with friends, and sort of those inside jokes. And of course, as writers and as friends ourselves, we sort of developed little tracks, and we try to give the characters that kind of vibe.
That last scene that they just showed us showed an interesting juxtaposition between early game Mike and late game Mike. He grows as an individual. He becomes more warm, less of a jerk, more empathetic. It was a nice progression to see. Sam pretty much stayed the same throughout. I think she was the only one that remained steady as a character. The music in this is so good. The discordant harmonies.
All right, from the top.
My name is Jason Graves, and I'm the composer for Until Dawn.
You, sir, are a genius.
I've been involved with Until Dawn for about a year now. Originally, I was contacted by Barney Pratt, the audio director. I think that had something to do with my lineage of horror games, and hopefully not the fact that my last name is Graves, although a lot of people seem to associate my name with scary music.
Not a bad thing to have, dude.
One of the things that was really exciting about working with Barney and the team at Supermassive is they really wanted something unique for the music. They wanted the music to stand out and be a character on its own in the game. when I'm first starting on a new score, and it doesn't matter if it's film, television, or games, I always end up going to the main theme. Sometimes the developer or producer isn't even necessarily interested in the main theme at the beginning. I just want to do it for myself, because for me, the main theme is the identity of the game. It establishes the mood, the atmosphere, and the character of the music.
Ireland, I have to head
how
out.
it's going to
Had
be
fun
playing
reliving a
in the
fascinating story.
background.
Thanks. Thank you
And
so
that's
much
what
for
we did
hanging out,
with
Ireland. I
Until
greatly
Dawn.
appreciate it. And I
That was
hope you have a
actually my
wonderful
demo
evening.
pitch to Supermassive Games. I put a main theme together, recorded all the instruments at my studio, and sent it to them. And they liked it. We actually ended up recording that exact theme, all the instruments and everything, live here at Ocean Way, probably 9 months ago. And that's what we've been using in all the demos for the game, and that's the final version of the theme that is the main theme that you'll hear on the menus and in some key pieces of gameplay. I seem to have made a name for myself in horror. And there's something about scary music. I think it's maybe the lack of rules. The biggest rule in scary music is there are no rules. So you can do anything you want, and actually, if you end up doing things that don't feel like they would work out together, they kind of clash, and it ends up being even more effective for scary music. So that's what really drew me to Until Dawn, was the textures, plus writing thematic material that is interwoven with the scary textures. I haven't really done anything like that before. Usually it was just all tension all the time, and that's fun and it's great. But I'm actually at heart a very melodic composer. That's the kind of music I love listening to, and that's the kind of music I love writing. That's the kind of music I got to work on in Until Dawn. Very nice. Same thing.
So very cool. Oh, here you go, Shadow. The mocap.
My name is Will Biles, Executive Creative Director of Until Dawn. The first part of getting
What?
a believable facial performance in-game
Oh.
is to capture, topographically, the actor's range of emotional expressions
Extras.
as separate
You wanted to
versions
see
of the
it.
same head. Every tiny
The making of the
nuance
game.
gets digitized and merged, effectively creating a model
How they
that can
created the
recreate
characters.
every facial movement that the actor makes. Once the topography has been recorded, the actor's performance itself can be captured by using a predetermined set of marker points drawn precisely on the face and a high-def helmet cam wirelessly linked to capture devices. The camera is the small box where it looks like the microphone should be.
Outro Sam. Mark.
It records in high def the movement of the dots throughout the performance that will drive the expressions captured earlier. Unlike other systems, this form of capture is far less lossy because there are fewer interpretations between performance captured and performance rendered finally in-game. The audio is also recorded via two separate lavalier mics attached to the helmet. It takes a while for the actors to acclimatize to carrying around the recording devices and the helmet cams, but very soon the shoot becomes similar to any other effects shoot or a green screen shoot. The actors in these scenes are only recording facial animation, but use cursory body movements for pacing.
Wait, and maybe we should all stick together and find everybody, make sure that we're all okay, so...
1-1, the year before the prank. Take 2, Mark.
Other than the other actors, they have to use their imagination for everything and everywhere that they are supposed to be seeing and feeling. From a hot midday studio in Los Angeles to a freezing midnight mountain in British Columbia.
Very cool.
Because Until Dawn has a dynamic, ever-changing story, the facial performances and the body performances are recorded separately with different systems. With the body capture, we use reflective bead suits and an infrared camera matrix system that drives the CG bone hierarchies in our character models. These performances cover everything from character locomotion, scene-specific performances and stunt work, most of which was recorded at studios in Pinewood and Shepperton, near London.
Hannah! Hello?
Combining all the elements seamlessly in the final game becomes a formidable editing and logistical task. Every variation, both physical and emotional, must be combined in these multi-edits. Scaffolding props have to stand in for the sets, because the hundreds of infrared cameras have to be able to see all of the reflective beads on the actor.
Shadow says Titanfall 2 does this for movement animations, jumps, dives. Really?
America's Northwoods
That's
border
cool.
region. Within this land of 10,000 lakes and miles of dense timber, a hideous creature is believed to lurk.
The Northwoods is probably one of the last frontiers in America. There's still a lot of places in this area that hasn't been set foot by man. Monsters and mysteries exist here because it is remote.
Up in the Northwoods, winters are long. In times of biting cold and isolation, a devouring monster is believed to come forth. It's terrorized native people for generations.
Growing up, I was told, like, don't go outside, the Wendigo will get you.
Great way to keep an eye on your kids. Scare them witless.
Among the traditions of the northern Algonquin tribes is the Wendigo, a monster that can seize hold of a person to carry out its hunger for human flesh.
Many Native Americans fear even talking about this Wendigo, and even the mention of the name will let the Wendigo find out where you are, and it will open you up to be possessed by this Wendigo.
Voldemort.
The most famous case of a Wendigo possession took place in 1879. In the deep woods outside of Edmonton, Alberta. Swift Runner, a Cree Indian, was a trapper and a guide. He had left town the previous autumn with his wife, 6 children, and his mother. But when Swift Runner returned in spring, he was alone.
Swift Runner came into a nearby village telling this heartbreaking tale.
I had to watch them starve to death.
Of his family being killed by starvation, and that he was the only survivor.
My whole family gone.
It wasn't hard to understand a family falling victim to a brutal winter.
To even not.
Yet something was suspicious about Swift Runner.
He was a strapping man, and he came into town weighing over 200 pounds. It didn't look like somebody who had just weathered a terrible winter. He wasn't malnourished, didn't look like he was starving. He looked healthier than ever.
He ate his family.
After a few nights, it became clear that something was wrong.
He started having night terrors, screaming in his sleep.
Guilt.
I am the Wendigo.
Villagers alerted the police.
Swift Runner actually guided them back to his winter cabin. When they got there, that's when they saw the true horror. Human skulls were scattered around, many bones, some of which had been snapped in half and the marrow inside had been drained. They had never seen anything like it. Swift Runner had killed his entire family, shooting them, hitting them with an axe, strangling, and then eating most of their bodies.
Right up until the moment the noose was on his neck, Swift Runner swore the evil spirit of the Wendigo had possessed him and twisted him into a cannibal killer.
When he was on the gallows, Swift Runner himself said, "I am no longer a man."
Okay. He basically ate his family to survive. And through this Wendigo programming, you know, the regurgitation of the supernatural and being constantly told if you're bad, the Wendigo will get you, or if you go outside, the Wendigo will get you. The Wendigo became his scapegoat, his cathartic vessel through which that he could process his guilt for doing what he did in order to survive. I don't agree with what he did, but I don't think he was possessed by some wicked demon either.
Just move over there. Go on, move. Let me say what I came to say. I'm here to tell you what you're up against being back on this mountain. You should never have returned. I don't know why you did after what happened last year.
You mean with Hannah and Beth?
Yeah, how could you know without being involved?
I don't take kindly to you kids coming up here to my mountain.
Your mountain.
The mountain don't belong to me, it's true. But it don't belong to the Washingtons. This mountain belongs to the Wendigo.
Hi, this is Lee Robinson, production designer at Supermassive Games. Understanding the ancient myths of the Wendigo was key for their development that helped the visual look. Through sketches and concepts, these elements were visualized, such as eyes being milky, almost dead, with loss of lips and eyelids due to frostbite, fangs growing and arms and legs getting longer, with skin hardening and thickening to look snarling and menacing, yet withered and lean.
The hell was that? Another
Fingers and toenails extending like claws, allowing them to climb effortlessly. We made them look gaunt and weathered, and having ragged remains of clothes they wore. Blood-stained and rotten, with patches of hair still remaining, they retained strong skeletal limbs, which enable them to be agile and quick through the environment.
Yeah, those things are quick. Very quick.
Where are you?
My name is Jamie Gallipo, animation director at Supermassive. The overall direction on the creature was to be very strong, to be extremely fast. We wanted a spider-like movement to the creature. 1 minute scampering to leaping and then crawling, almost instantaneous. And finally, we wanted the creature to have this real, uncontrollable thirst for flesh.
From a sound design perspective, the Wendigo is a real challenge. For the main vocalizations of the Wendigo, we used our own vocalizations, various different animals from the exotic to the farmyard, various plugins and processes to gel these sounds together and keep a human resonance behind that voice, telling the backstory of the Wendigo. During the chase sequences, the anger of the Wendigo is felt by encircling breaths, screams and screeches that essentially chase you as you're being chased by the Wendigo. We would layer them up in a multitude of layers, sometimes 15, 20 sounds playing at the same time, to build up the vocalizations for this fearsome creature which is always in attack mode, hyperactive and chasing you throughout the game.
Alright. That is the end of Until Dawn. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you've seen, you know what to do. Until next time, play hard, and hope you have a lovely evening. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow.